trusted news source, ABC6 News at noon.
Your voice, your vote the day before Election Day. And front of mind for many voters is election security. It's the first time you'll head to the polls for a big-time federal race since COVID-19 changed much of what we know about voting in 2020. ABC6 News reporter Natalie Norrie caught up with Rhode Island's Secretary of State, who's working to assure voters that their vote and the vote at large is secure. Natalie?
This morning, Rhode Island Secretary of State Nellie Gorbea stopped at 4 polling locations with U.S. Election Assistance Commissioner Thomas Hicks. After questions about the legitimacy of the election results in 2020, Gorbea is inviting any Rhode Islander concerned about fraud to call her office. Gorbea said the Secretary of State's office is also ready and willing to respond to reports of voter intimidation. After reports of faulty ballots on express vote machines for the primary, particularly some Spanish language ballots, Gorbea said the Board of Elections collaborated with her office to make sure everything is running smoothly tomorrow. That included having a Spanish-speaking employee check those ballots at the Board of Elections.
We absolutely changed procedures and improved on them, and our offices are working very collaboratively to make sure that everyone who votes, whether it's on an express vote machine or just on the regular ballots, is able to do so and trust that their vote is going to count.
Gorbea went on to say she takes pride in being the Secretary of State that made it easier for people to vote, responding to a question about 10% of Rhode Islanders having already voted early. The Board of Elections already has 25,000 mail-in ballots on hand so far, and they're expected to tell us how and when those ballots will be added to the count at a briefing later today. For now, reporting in the newsroom, Natalie Norrie, ABC6 News.
All right, Natalie, thank you. And for more information about the issues and the candidates in the election, we have an election guide for you. It's up on our website. Just log on to abc6.com. And we turn to the weather now. It's hard to believe we are talking about a November election as we take a live look outside right now with our Skycam. And Kelly, you have big news for us in your first weather today.
Big, huge news. See the 77? So far, that's our new record high temperature for this date. The record that stood until this moment happened was 76 degrees from 2020. So yeah, we've got a new record high. It's just we're going to see how high the mercury climbs before we call it done. So yeah, we'll probably see temperatures continuing to warm over the course of the next hour or hour and a half before we reach our daytime high. Dew point still in the low 60s. It is still a little bit muggy out there, but at least we got rid of all the early morning showers. Now, the mechanism of the early morning showers was a cold front, and it will be bringing in cooler air, but there's going to be a little bit of a delay. We won't tap into that until we get to tonight. So we're going to have yet another well above average temperature day. We're also looking at those temperatures to fall off pretty quickly once we get to the late evening hours after, say, 9 o'clock. We're likely going to start tomorrow 25 degrees colder than where we did today, and I'll let you know if that colder than average trend will continue far into the week ahead in just a couple of minutes. Doreen?
All right, Kelly, thank you. Well, a weekend shooting in Taunton turning into a homicide investigation. And now the Bristol County DA's office is working the case, trying to figure out why a Rainham man was shot and killed in the street. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Tregelis tells us police don't believe, though, that there's any danger to the public. Yanni.
Doreen, well, 38-year-old Ross Copeland shot over here on the corner of Mason and Myrtle Streets at about 1:30 early Sunday morning. Now, I spoke with the DA's office earlier this morning. They do tell me that they have not made any arrests yet at this time in connection to the shooting, and they are still looking for that alleged shooter in that weekend homicide. Now, details surrounding the shooting still remaining limited at this time. According to the Bristol County DA's office, Taunton police received a 911 call at just after 1:30 Sunday for a man that was bleeding and needed an ambulance. And upon arriving on scene, first responders found Copeland shot, and he was taken to Morton Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. And Mayor Shauna O'Connell today with a message to residents that may be concerned about their safety, that there is nothing to fear at this time.
This appears to be an isolated incident with no broader impact to the public. The Taunton Police Department does not feel that the public is in danger at all at this time, and they are working hard to do their job along with the DA's office and the state police to investigate this.
And the DA's office also echoing the mayor's statement that they don't believe there is any danger to the public at this time. Copeland again from Raynham, according to the DA's office. At this time, it is unknown what may have led to this shooting that killed him early Sunday morning. Again, police not releasing many details as they continue to investigate this homicide, but be sure to stick with ABC6 as more continues to come out of this. For now, we're live in Taunton. Yanni Tregelis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And Fall River police arrested teen after they say he hit an officer with an ATV and took off. This happened Friday night in the area of Robeson Street and Delcar Street. Officials say the teen was illegally driving the ATV and failed to comply with police during a traffic stop Friday night. The name of this minor has not been released. We are told the officer, a 17-year veteran of the force, was rushed to Rhode Island Hospital with serious injuries, but has since been released. The Boston Bruins releasing a controversial player, Mitchell Miller, over his past of bullying and racism. Miller is a 20-year-old defenseman who was convicted in a juvenile court after an incident at the age of 14 of bullying a black disabled classmate. That classmate's mother has spoken out, saying that the behavior by Miller was a pattern, and it was enough for the Arizona Coyotes to rescind their draft rights in 2020. The Bruins now saying in a statement that they had understood it to be an isolated incident, and after looking into it further, determined that was not the case. And a Rhode Island native identified as Nicholas Alaverdian, claiming to have another identity, will start a 4-day extradition hearing in Scotland today. He's wanted on rape charges in Utah under the name Nicholas Rossi. The Rhode Island-born man fled to the UK in 2017 and faked his own death until January of this year, when officials determined that Alaverdian was actually alive and living in Scotland. Authorities want to prosecute Rossi on 2 rape charges and 1 sex assault charge. Still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, down to the wire for the balance of power in Congress. We'll take a look at some of the key races nationally as Republicans look to flip the House and Senate majorities. And later, chaos at Twitter. Changes being made amid the takeover by Elon Musk, why some fired employees are now being asked to come back. Now to the midterm election and the handful of Senate races that will determine which party will control that chamber that are still neck and neck. ABC's Hem Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
Election Day is tomorrow, and with an evenly split U.S. Senate, any one of the 35 seats up for grabs could tip the balance of power in Congress. In Pennsylvania this weekend, a rare sight, 3 presidents, past and present, holding dueling campaign rallies. President Biden and former President Obama stumping for Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman.
Democracy itself is on the ballot.
And former President Trump for celebrity television doctor Mehmet Oz. Polls showing the two Senate candidates essentially tied.
This Tuesday, you must vote Republican.
In Georgia, another dead heat between incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and his Republican challenger, former NFL star Herschel Walker.
We're in a spiritual battle right now, are we not? We're in a spiritual battle.
I will always tell you the truth, because I'm in the truth-telling business.
The Senate races in Arizona and Nevada are also toss-ups. A new ABC News Washington Post poll finds the majority of Americans prefer Republicans to handle the economy, inflation, and crime. For abortion and climate change, most Americans want Democrats in charge.
But the problem for Democrats going into the final day of voting, George, those issues just aren't as top of mind for most voters.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who's poised to become Speaker if Republicans take back the House, on CNN.
On the very first day, I would hope Democrats would join with us to repeal 87,000 new IRS agents.
While more than 40 million Americans have already voted, surpassing early votes in 2018, the majority of Americans will cast their ballots Tuesday, and it will be the voters who determine which candidates will win. Due to expanded mail-in ballots this year, election experts say it could take days for some states to count all their votes. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Well, still to come here on the news at noon, the Twitter takeover that's sending the company into a tailspin. The latest as Elon Musk is in charge. And we'll check in with Kelly for more on our warm temps coming to an end right after this. Trending now, the chaos at Twitter after new owner Elon Musk cut nearly half the workforce 1 week after taking over the social media giant. More changes already on the way as Musk tries to bring in more revenue at the social media giant. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Nearly half of Twitter's workforce now gone after new owner Elon Musk gave out the pink slip to thousands Friday. Some reportedly being invited back to work by Musk, deemed too essential to be let go, even though they were already laid off. And now Musk announcing even more changes, saying the company will start permanently suspending any accounts that engage in impersonation without clarifying parody. Comedian Kathy Griffin had her account suspended Sunday after switching her Twitter name to Elon Musk and changing her picture to his. Those suspensions, Musk says, will come without warning now that widespread verification is rolling out. The company will begin charging $8 a month for premium features, including keeping that blue check mark to show your account is verified.
People have gotten this for free on Twitter. They're not going to pay for it. That's going to be Musk's problem. and turning around what's really been a troubled asset for the last decade.
This all happening as Musk tries to bring in more revenue for the company. The billionaire revealing Twitter is losing $4 million a day. Ad revenue also down as some major companies temporarily pause advertising on the site, many waiting to see how things shake out under this new leadership.
The easy part was buying Twitter, given he's the richest person in the world. The Herculean hard part is going to be fixing it.
And a number of tech giants are announcing layoffs, including Facebook's parent company Meta, which is reportedly planning to notify its employees of widespread cuts this week. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Kelly Bates.
Well, good afternoon. Take a gander at these temperatures because this record high, well, next year at this time, we'll say 77 from 2022. Yeah, we've got some changes coming in terms of the record, and temperatures are still going to keep warming for about another hour, hour and a half. Here are your sunrise and sunset times if you were keeping track. Now our sunset is at 4:33 for today. Not only is it very warm in Providence at 77, but we're in the 70s pretty much everywhere with the exception of out on Block Island. We're at 72 in Westerly. We've got 71 in Newport with 75 right now for New Bedford. We're matching that 75 up in Smithfield as well, this check-in. Now, our dew points early on were in the lower 60s for everyone, but now we're starting to move in air from the northwest, and that's where we're finding this drier pool of air, and that's helping to bring our dew points from the sticky 60s into the 50s, where it is a little bit more comfortable for us. And this is the new air mass that's going to take over as we go to tonight. Now, the reason I mentioned the muggies and the improvement that's coming is because we're going to see them again. We're going to watch for the advancement of a tropical system that as of now looks like it may be bringing us not only a good deal of humidity at the end of the week, but tropically enhanced rainfall as a result. And I'll talk more about that in a second. I wanted to point out our winds. Our wind direction is changing all morning long. We were driving in air from the southwest, a warm, moist wind direction for us in southern New England. Now we're flipping westerly, which is still a warm wind direction. But once we get to tonight, we're going to start to bring in air from the northwest, and that's where everything changes. You see, now that the front has left, it opens the door for an area of high pressure to move in and take charge. Now, the air goes around that area of high pressure in a clockwise manner, so that brings in our air from the northwest. Northwesterly wind brings in air right from the heart of Canada, and as a result, we're looking at a drop in temperatures that should bring things back to those averages that you saw at the beginning. Our average low is 38, and our average high is in the 50s, and that's what that area of high pressure is going to do. Now, I wanted to mention this because this is going to be happening tomorrow pre-dawn. We have the total lunar eclipse, and it will be visible to us. Now, it does onset for us at 4:09 a.m. That's when we start the partial eclipse. We go into total at 5:16, but keep in mind the moon will be setting at the same time, so we will see it in maximum eclipse at 5:39, but then it goes below the horizon and we won't be able to see it as the eclipse ends, and then of course as the partial eclipse ends. But still, you'll see something, and that's kind of cool, right? We are watching for the development of the potential development rather, of this area of low pressure right here. And we were watching this one yesterday. It's already got a name. This is Subtropical Depression Nicole. Now, you'll notice it does make this snaky pattern and has the potential, as of now, developing into a Category 1 hurricane before making landfall in the northern Bahamas and eastern portions of Florida. But you'll also notice it takes a long time to get through this region. And wherever this goes, it's bringing torrential downpours. So we're looking at a prolonged period of tropically enhanced rain. Other things to keep in mind if you have interest in Florida or the North Bahamas, and I know a lot of us do, particularly in Florida, all of these things are on the table for that longer duration tropically enhanced event. With that said, things are improving here in southern New England. We're already at 77. We're almost fully sunny. We will get there as we finish the afternoon. It will still be very warm and breezy at times as the air lifts in from the south and then eventually becomes northwesterly for tonight. Speaking of tonight, clear and cooler temperatures will be dropping by 25 degrees as we start with lows closer to 40 rather than closer to, well, 70 like we did this morning. Now, tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Our coolest morning of the week will be Wednesday, where we start at 36, slightly cooler than average, but the sun shines right through midweek. And then we get to Friday. Friday, late commute could be at risk because of those tropical downpours, as whatever's left over from subtropical storm Nicole makes its way to southern New England for Saturday. Doreen?
All right, Kelly, thanks. Well, how about this? The Newport Mansions are getting ready for the holidays. The Sparkling Lights at the Breakers returns for a third year. This season, visitors can stroll the property with hundreds of thousands of holiday lights, including a 50-foot-long tunnel of light. There'll also be a special selfie station and fire pits along the way to keep warm. Still to come here on the news at noon, some of the sights and sounds of Rhode Island Comic-Con. That's next. Movies, TV, comics, Providence sure was the place to be for all of that this weekend as Comic-Con returned to Providence for its 10th year. Casey Cantz takes us inside.
Comic-Con 2022, thousands of fans descending on the amp this weekend. Over 150 celebrity guests, the most of any Comic-Con in the country. Follow me. Let's go have a look around. Mr. Feeney.
It was a very pleasant experience, and I loved working with the kids.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
One of your fans here said he's going to cry hearing you say that.
Boy Meets World was one of my favorite shows growing up. I have so many memories of it, and it's such a special show to me, and I still watch it to this day on Disney+. And Mr. Feeney really taught me so many amazing life lessons. I just want to say thank you for being such a big part of my childhood.
Thank you.
You mean so much to me, really.
Thank you.
How do you like Providence? Good. How do you like me? That's okay. We'll take the okay. We gotta go. We're good, yeah.
Rufio? Yo, I'm here. Rufio's in the house. Prince Zuko. We're at the Comic-Con. It's really crazy out here in Rhode Island. It's busier than I thought it was going to be.
You see this line for you, too. I mean, what are the questions that you're most getting?
I mean, it's generational. There's a whole Hook generation with Rufio. There's a whole new generation with Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Prince Zuko, and everything in between.
Oh, God. He's too scary. I'm not talking. We're not talking to him. Here with the great John Carroll Lynch. You got the big hit show on ABC right now, Big Sky.
That's right. I really loved how surprising it was every week. Every time we read a script, every time the audience watched the show, they're shocked by the end.
That's right from the first episode.
Right from the jump. Yeah, right from the jump.
And you said you actually lived in Providence for a year, a long time ago?
Yeah, I lived in Providence on another ABC show, Body of Proof. I love Providence. And I had this wonderful experience with the Providence Police Department because I was playing a cop and I rode along with the sergeant of detectives. And he was like, oh, I'm embarrassed. There's no crime tonight. I can't bring you any crime scenes. There's nothing going on.
All right, time to find our way out here. That's a wrap on Comic-Con 2022. We'll see you next year.
Well, tonight's Powerball jackpot is historic. A whopping $1.9 billion jackpot now up for grabs. The cash option is $929.1 million.
Wow.
Sounds nicer than our weather.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to keep on clearing any of the leftover clouds, and it's going to be very warm. Already is. We've already broken the record high for today. It will be sunny and much cooler tomorrow, starting near 40 and topping out near 54. Which is actually closer to where we should be.
Records everywhere.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for us here at Noon. The news continues. First at 4. Have a great day, everybody.